Yo, what is up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about bodybuilding federations, guys. So this topic comes about because I got asked on which federation do I compete in, and I later told the person that I've competed in this and this and this, but my end goal is to compete here and here and here, right? And then they later explained to me that, oh yeah, I also want that. I want to compete in this show and this show and this show in hopes of getting this and this. Now, what they said exactly is they were hoping on competing in an IFBB Elite show or an IFBB Elite show or sanctioned shows, but their goal was that they are going to get their pro card, but the pro card that they thought they were going to get is an IFBB Pro League pro card, but the route they were talking about would have led them into getting an IFBB Elite Pro card. Now, it's very important for us to be able to differentiate between the two. At some point, these two federations, IFBB Elite Pro and the IFBB Pro League, were one federation, right? But they split. Now there are two big federations in the world, which is IFBB Elite and then IFBB Pro League. So, again, in the context of South Africa, right, if you want to get an IFBB Elite Pro card, what you'd have to do is that you'd have to compete maybe in a Arnold Classic qualifier, right? You need to first find a show that's an Arnold Classic qualifier, compete in that show, and then compete in the Arnold Classic. And I believe if you win your Arnold Classic division and overall, you might get an IFBB Elite Pro card. But if that doesn't happen, you can go the other route, which is competing in IFBB provincials, right? IFBB provincials. And then after competing in IFBB provincials, you will then go to nationals, right? After winning nationals, now hypothetically speaking, you're winning all of these. You win nationals, and then after nationals, you can go to worlds. If you win worlds, I do believe that you do get a pro card there. I could be mistaken. I think they award, I don't know how they award the pro cards in IFBB Elite. I'm not sure if they have a pro qualifier. I should have done a little bit of research on this, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. But I do believe that they do award pro cards when they see that maybe you're pro worthy, and they can just give you the pro card there on the spot, right? But now, what my friend was inquiring about was basically an IFBB Pro League pro card, you know, but he was not sure about this. He didn't. I knew he wanted an IFBB Pro League card when he mentioned the OLYMPIA, right? And the only way to get to that is by competing under the NPC. Now, how that works, again, guys, I'm mentioning two different federations here: IFBB Elite, then there's IFBB Pro League. Now, in order for you to get an IFBB Pro League card, you have to compete in an NPC show, right? We have those in South Africa. I believe the NPC is everywhere right now. You need to compete in the NPC. Now, with the NPC, you have to first do a regional show that will then qualify you into doing a pro qualifier. That's when you're gonna now start having or giving a shot at a pro card for the Pro League, right? Again, the process is, if you want to go through the NPC and get your pro card, you have to first register for a regional show, do a regional show, and then you'll get an invite for a pro qualifier, still under the NPC. If you go there and you win your pro qualifier, and that's only then when you get awarded your pro card, you will be a pro athlete in bodybuilding or under the IFBB Pro League, which is, to be honest, the only real pros, you know. Yes, other divisions, other federations have pros, but with no disrespect to any other professional in any other federation, but there's only one federation that tells us who's the best in the world, and there's only one federation that has the best athletes out there, and that is the IFBB Pro League. In amateur ranks, they're all the same. Like, when you look at amateurs, if you're in the NPC and you're in the IFBB, more likely the same thing. But once you go to the pro level, man, the top pros in the IFBB Pro League will smash and obliterate any other pros from any other federation. We saw an example of this when we had Michael Kresnak from the IFBB Elite Pro, who was a world champion, universe champion for IFBB Elite for years. He was like the Mr. Olympia of the IFBB Elite, and he was winning like maybe, I don't know, like 5 shows straight. Like he was doing a young Phil Heath winning streak. He then decided he wanted to go and compete with the best in the world. He knew in his federation he was limited to just these athletes from Europe, because IFBB Elite is predominantly athletes from Europe, Ireland, and up there, you know, in the UK. So he decided he wanted to compete with the best athletes in the world, and he switched over to IFBB Pro League. Now, when he got there, obviously he's a world champ. So when he went to a pro show, he won his pro show, right? And then he got his qualification to the Olympia. Now the Olympia is the Super Bowl, as they said. It's the World Cup. It's the World Cup of bodybuilding. You know, the best of the best compete there. He then went there and he competed there. Now, again, this is the #1 open bodybuilder in the IFBB Elite Pro. He went to the Olympia, the IFBB Pro League. I believe at his first attempt there, did he make the top 10? I'm not flip. I don't think he made the top 10. I think he made 11th place. Let me check. My laptop is right here. I think he made 11th place at his first Olympia. Michael Kresnak. Now this guy was the best in his federation, and he came over to the IFBB Pro League, and he didn't make the top 5 basically. So this speaks volumes in terms of the level of athletes and just the wow factor of the athletes in the IFBB Pro League, you know. So yeah, crazy. So again, guys, the only way to the Olympia or to getting pro status, like pro status, is through the NPC. And when you're in the NPC is regionals, pro qualifier, you win your pro card, pro show, we will qualify for the Olympia, and then Olympia. You know, any other federation will not take you to the Olympia. Now it would be so nice if we had like a World Cup of bodybuilding, like the World Cup of bodybuilding, where we'd have all pros. Federations have all the athletes, like every athlete, every professional athlete from every division, from every division, every federation coming to compete under one roof. That would be awesome, because that would like really solidify who was the best in the world by putting every single federation in the world together, or the top federations, because I believe there's a lot of federations out there. But yeah, guys, the only way to the Olympia is through the NPC. My route is that I want to first, before going to the NPC, or at least before attempting a pro card qualification, I would love to do a national show. Start off with provincials, do a national show, and then, God willing, go to worlds, compete in worlds, and represent my country. Come back, get a blazer, and be a bodybuilding pro tier, and become recognized in the country as a South African bodybuilding athlete or South African bodybuilding representative. That would be awesome. That is the goal. But the end goal is not really to turn pro under the IFBB Elite. It's to turn pro under IFBB Pro League or the NPC. Now, I do not want to turn pro right now, because I do not feel like I have or hold a very competitive physique right now. It needs a little bit of time. I need a little bit more muscle on, a little bit more maturity on, and then I'll maybe feel like, you know, let me do a pro qualifier. But I will attempt one next year, you know, just for the fun of it. If I do win, then look, that means I have 2 years or so to put on some muscle. I don't know, but I really don't want to turn pro knowing that I don't have a pro competitive physique, you know. I want to turn pro knowing that I've got what it takes, or I've got right then a competitive physique if I were to go to the pro stage. But hey, man, there's a lot that could happen within a year. Maybe I might achieve that. I don't know. But for me, first is first. It's nationals, representing the country, and then NPC, get my foot in the game, go for the pro qualifier, feel it out, see how it is, you know, experience the feeling of competing in the NPC stage. But yeah, guys, if it's your first time competing, what I would recommend is that you do these smaller federations. I would recommend IFBB Elite. Try that out because one, it's cheaper in comparison to the NPC. The NPC is quite costly. If you have the resources for it, then it's not. But it is quite costly to compete in the NPC. It's an international thing, or it's a brand. It's a United States brand, so it comes in United States prices, you know. So it gets costly, but budget-friendly federations to compete in South Africa would be IFBB Elite and PCA, and I believe there's like IBBFF and all these other ones, but I know those two because I've competed in those two. So if you're starting out or you want to start out, Google whatever competition or federation that is hosting close by to you. You'll probably find an NPC show, you'll probably find an IFBB Elite Pro, an Elite show. Go to those, get a feel of bodybuilding, see if you like it, and then if you have intentions of becoming a pro, then you start going to the NPC shows and then ride that route. So yeah, guys, this video is meant to be this long, just brief explanation about federations and which one to go to if you want the route to Olympia, and what the IFBB Elite Pro would present to you, because not all federations lead to the same destination. So when you one that leads to Olympia, the other one will lead you to their version of the Worlds. Like IFBB Elite will lead you to Worlds, or PCA will lead you to PCA Worlds. And yeah, so it's all about knowing what you want within the bodybuilding context. If you want this and this and that, some people don't want to be in IFBB Pro League or Olympia, and they want this and that. So yeah, man. Whenever you're going to compete, do your research, do more research about this, see what you want and where you want to compete. But the best in the world is the IFBB Pro League. So if you want to be the best in the world or compete amongst the best in the world, the IFBB Pro League is the federation for you. So